Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I joined Minnesota Atheists in the mid to late 90s, and after a year, I was elected to the board. The organization went through a major schism after the 2002 board election, when the Atheist for Human Rights faction left. From about that time, the board became aware of the need to document official positions on public policies. This document would explain to our members and to those on the outside where Minnesota Atheist stands on social and political issues, and to refute those who attributed positions to us that we do not hold. Also, board members are sometimes asked by their news media for comments on current events. The public policy document would inform their answers and permit them to speak confidently in the knowledge that they were reflecting the organization's official position. In 2007, a committee of volunteers formed to undertake the task of writing the public policy document. Our first task was to decide on what topics we needed to write positions on public policy. We decided that these were the issues that follow from the separation of church and state, which was created by the establishment and free exercise clauses of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The 14th Amendment, adopted after the Civil War, extended these restrictions to every level of government. In addition, we recognized that we needed to tackle issues that did not necessarily follow from the First Amendment, but for which the debate is dominated by religion. Beyond this, we decided the organization must remain silent. Members can have any position whatever on cutting the federal debt, for example, and still be good atheists. To the best of my recollection, the committee worked on the public policy document for over a year. There was much more work needed for the initial release than for any later revision. The initial release included sections on government entanglement with religion, on gay rights, and on reproductive rights. The committee decided that it would be necessary to review and revise the document every year to keep up with new issues that arise. In revisions to the document, we've added sections on religious privilege, public education, religiously hostile workplace environments, end-of-life issues, dealing with Islam, and blasphemy laws. The committee is currently working on revision N. I have been on the committee for every revision. I have usually taken the leadership role as well as doing a substantial portion of the writing. And now about Toastmasters. I have 6 distinguished Toastmaster awards, but all of them were earned in the Legacy Educational Program. I have now completed 2 paths and pathways, so it's time that I start planning my first DTM in the new educational program. I wrote to Toastmasters about the Distinguished Toastmaster Project, and they added it to my educational transcript. Here's the project description. Plan and complete a project that benefits an organization. You may choose to revisit any previous Toastmasters Pathways project that contains information to help you complete your project. Develop a team and organize a plan. Deliver a 5 to 7 minute speech at a club meeting to share your plan. Organize the project and lead your team to complete it. Ask members of your team, the organization, and a peer to complete a 360-degree evaluation of your leadership skills. Deliver an 8 to 10 minute speech at a club meeting to review your project, its outcomes, benefits, and the lessons you learned. I decided that the perfect subject for this project is Minnesota Atheist Public Policy Committee's project to release Revision N. The committee's work had already begun, but no requirement in the Distinguished Toastmaster Project disqualifies it. Membership in the committee has always been self-selecting. Members are all volunteers. There are currently 3 members on the committee, Georgia Hancock, August Berkshire, and me. August was one of the founding members of Minnesota Atheists and is currently the Minnesota State Director for American Atheists and a board member of the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Georgia Hancock is the only member of the committee who is on the Minnesota Atheists Board of Directors. She's been a member of the Public Policy Committee since she joined the board in 2015. August and I are the only people who've been members of the committee for every revision. Many other people, some members of the board of directors, others just members of Minnesota Atheists, have been members of the Public Policy Committee at different times, but rarely for very long. The committee requires productivity from all members, writing original policy and editing. I have not had a role in selecting the members of the committee, but I'm quite satisfied with the team I have. The schedule for the annual committee review and edit of public policies is set by the board's election schedule. Every year, the new board takes office on March 1st. The public policy document is owned not by the committee, but by the board. Each revision is presented by the committee to that year's board for its approval. This year, August, Georgia, and I began discussion of the review in April. We were each to review the current revision and to propose what updates were needed considering events of the last year and issues raised by national organizations such as American Atheists, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, Secular Coalition for America, and the International Humanist Association. We could then get together, formalize the editing plan, and assign writing responsibilities. We intend to submit revision N to the board for its approval at the September 2nd meeting. In my next speech, I will present the content of the committee's work. Madam Toastmaster.